Hello, and welcome to ShrubSMP Season 7. This is episode 31. Alright, well we're back here on the server, and let me tell you, the updates to Minecraft have been coming so fast. There have been actually, the last two episodes were each an update, 1.21.5 and 1.21.6. Well, since then there have been count them, two updates to the game. 1.21.7 and 1.21.8, which we have upgraded the server to for this episode. So in today's episode, we're going to go ahead and make sure that I can catch up and try to capture all of the new things in these last two version updates, and as well, it's come to my attention that last time I did leave out one item we didn't collect, which we're also going to do this episode, and that is the Tears record disc. And we will go ahead and be able to add it to our collection of music discs over here in the little sound studio. And speaking of music discs, there also is another music disc in this version, and that is Steve's Lava Chicken. And last but not least, as a matter of fact, it's going to be the first thing we do today, is there is also a new painting in this version to going to go along with the disc, and that is called Dennis is the painting, and the painting is actually a dog from a Minecraft movie, much like the Steve's Lava Chicken disc. So as you can see here, normally paintings you'd have to place them on the wall and do a little RNG randomness to kind of get the one you want, but I have this add-on in the server that allows me to pick it, so I can make the painting Dennis. And I think we're going to put it over here for the time being. There'll be something blocking the way. We may have to move it later. But there it is. There's the dog from the Minecraft movie. And that is Dennis the dog. So all we got to do now is get ready, get organized, and go on our adventures to get those other items. Oh, and there's one more thing we want to do. We want to go ahead and we found some heads the last time we were adventuring down there in the nether. We got a ghast head that we can add to the wall of heads. And it's not technically a head, but the gas, the dried gas, we can stick here next to the dragon head. Alright, so now that we got all that taken care of, it's time to get ready, organized, and head out adventuring to find those other new items so that maybe we can actually get back to business and head off to the Dark Castle and build that thing up some more by the end of this episode. Alright, so I'm down here in the nether, and our first task is to find some ghasts to get them to spawn so that I can do the return to sender little trick, send the fireball back at them and get them to meet their demise, in which case that not only gives me the advancement, which I believe I already have, but it will drop the Tears music disc. Alright, we found one. It wasn't in the soul. Oh my god, there's two. Alright, so this should be, if I don't, all we have to do is fire back, fire back. Oh, alright, fire back, fire back. Fire back is all you gotta do. And survive. Did that? Nope, miss. Get him. Get him. And right back at you. That one missed. That would have been perfect. Alright, this time. Nope. So much for the first time. Oh, there we go. Alright, and I think I see it. Yes, there it is. Hello. We have it. The music disc. Haha, there it is. Tears. And we have to just now survive. And as a matter of fact, we're not gonna waste much time. We're gonna get out of here. Let's just slay this guy. Boom. Later. Alright, well, now that we have that music disc, maybe we'll try to go back to the overworld and find the other one, Steve's Lava Chicken. Oh, there's another gas. Let's just get away from these guys. We are going to need to find a chicken jockey to spawn at night, so we're going to have to do some adventuring when we get back to the overworld, if I can find it. Might have to use the home command, as a matter of fact. And when we get back there, we will get organized and get ready for the next step of our adventure. Alright, well, we're on our way back to the Dark Castle, as you can see, and actually, so, kind of change of plans, or at least a plan we needed to do anyway, and that is to make a little bit of building progress on the interior of the Dark Castle, because, to be quite honest, finding a chicken jockey is going to take a little bit of time, because those things only spawn at night, obviously, and they have a very small percentage to do so. Now, I think my strategy to find one is going to be to fly around at night in some of the more common areas where you can find free-range chickens, because, believe it or not, the chance of finding a chicken jockey is slightly higher in those areas, but again, it's still relatively small. So being that I'm in here on the bottom floor around the item sorter, I think that's what we're going to do first. We're going to make a little bit of progress here, and I have a design that's going to lay out a cool little copper floor using some copper bulbs as designs, and then of course we're going to cover up behind me. We're going to go ahead and cover up the rocket factory here. Oh, I almost forgot about our interior happy gas. We got to find a place for him later up in the sky, but I think getting this first floor done is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to get started for that right now in the form of a time lapse. So let me get my materials together, meet you right back here, and we'll get this thing done. Alright, so now that I have most of this ground all laid out, actually this is not even the way that I want it. I actually want this to be the oxidized state, but I'm kind of lazy and didn't really lay all this copper out ahead of time, so we just placed it down here in its natural state. And the next thing we need to do, as you've seen in the beginning of the time lapse, I had to throw up a bunch of torches because it's awfully dark inside the Dark Castle, and what we need to do is to light up all of these copper bulbs. Now, they are powered in by redstone, but they actually don't work like a lot of other redstone powering. You can turn them on with a power source, which didn't work right there because it's just not the way that it works, because I knew that because I'm a Minecrafter. If you put one directly adjacent, it does that. I really want that to be the full power. Now, if you take away the source, it actually stays powered and just kind of removes that little red dot, which of course we don't want. And if you go ahead and place it back again, it unpowers it and then removes the dot one more time. So you can actually cycle through copper bulbs into multiple states compared to just other redstone detecting mechanisms. And what we're going to do is going to go around. I'm going to use this redstone block to power them and then leave the dot out, and do that for all the ones on this floor. And I'll be back as soon as I get that done because it's going to take a couple minutes. And maybe we'll go searching for that chicken jockey. Alright, so I've made my way around and done just about all of them except these last two, and because while I'm doing them, I kind of realized there's one little thing that I forgot, and that is that there's still a little more functionality to these copper bulbs, is that they actually will dim. So this is the brightest that they can get, is when they're brand new copper, but as they oxidize and they start to turn into these more green shades, which is actually what I want them to get fully oxidized, their brightness goes down with each state as well. So I want to keep some of them bright, and I want to keep some of them, let them dim. And one of the things you can do is to lock them in with some honeycomb. So much like the copper that you can wax the block, and which now that one will stay that way permanently until you hit it with an axe and you wax it off. But if you do the same thing with bulbs, they will stay in that state. So if I wax this one here will oxidize and start to get dimmer, but this guy will stay that way until I de-wax it with an axe. So just one little extra tip there, because it is going to take some time for these things to oxidize, and as they do, the bulbs will as well, and they will get dimmer, and we'll make the adjustments as necessary with my axe and my honeycomb to get it just right where I want it. But that's about it for about down here, and we of course started to encapsulate the rocket machine over here. I got to put a top on that thing right behind me. It's time to go out looking. I've been dreading this now for part of this episode. We'll take some adventuring. We'll hit the skies with the rockets and wait for nighttime because I see it's still day out there. Look for some chicken jockeys. We'll see if we can find a couple. So let's go on an adventure and see how that goes. Alright, so the sun's gone down there over the horizon just behind me. That means it's time... Oh, hello, guest. It's time to start flying off in the direction of... Now, I believe a lot of chickens, free-range chickens, can be found in plains, open plains especially, maybe even some meadows, so I gotta find some flat grassland. It's gonna be a little hard to see at night, too, so I'm gonna just kind of come in and out, although let's see if there's any chickens over here in this opening. Oh, there are some chickens right there. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. Well, this might be a shorter adventure than I expected, although, like I said, they are very rare. There's frogs over here, too. Oh, it's because we're near a swamp. So, let's see. There's definitely some chickens. Any chicken jockeys over there? Do we see? I don't see any right away. We'll keep flying around and looking and see if we can spawn some in. Some of the monsters, and maybe we'll get lucky. Otherwise, we'll head off into another direction. Well, here's a couple little guys down here, but no chicken. Oh, goodness. But no chicken jockeys. There's a whole group of adult zombies over here. I haven't really seen too many little guys either. one or two along the way, but, whoa, hey, what do we have over here? Oh, what do we have over there? Okay, so when flying around the server, oh, wow, hello, we have found somebody's base. Oh my goodness, so, World Tour is going to be at the end of the season, but wow, look at this. Hello, my gosh. This is why I like to fly around. It doesn't look too bad at night either, being all lit up. But, well, no distractions, and there's a whole nother circle, half-built circle over there, but we've seen somebody's base here. I'll have to remember where this is and come back and check it out. More spawns, no chicken jockeys. The quest continues. Well, looking out there behind me, we have found one of the rare things, just for a little sightseeing. Boy, is he excited. That's a skeleton spider jockey, another very rare spawn, and boy, do they look happy. Let's see if we can get him in just one shot. Can we? 1, 2, 3, fire. Bang, got him. Oh, that was the spider anyway. He's looking for his ride. He's like, where did my ride go? All right, enough distractions. I think it's going to be daytime. Oh, there's the moon behind me. We only have a little bit of searching left before we're going to have to wait for another night, but in the meantime, that was a little fun distraction. Well, unfortunately, the sun has risen and all the mobs have burned up and stopped spawning, so we're going to have to wait till the next night, and I have a feeling this is going to take quite some time to do, but I'm dedicated, and we're going to just keep doing it every night till I find one of these suckers. Alright, well, it's another night, and I was just about... Whoa, look at that. I was just about to say it's time to search for one, but look at this. We got a guy throwing tridents at us. Let's see if we can steal one off him. Survey says... Did we get one? We didn't get one. Okay, he didn't drop one. But, and we have a little island over there with some of the mobs. Anybody? No little children over there, so... we're going to go flying off in this direction and see how this second night treats us. Oh, well, looks like the sun's about to come up again. I did find this guy here. I also found a creeper. I want to get away from that. And look at this. See, there he goes. So we'll just go down there. Your friend's burning up, but you're not. I'll slam right in front of your face. Come on, you can get me. You can get me. You can get me. Come on. Come on. And you're dead. Okay, so... No such luck, 0 for 2. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a grind. I may have to give up on it for this episode. I'm going to give it one more night. You probably won't see me again unless I find one. Oh boy, okay. Nobody panic. I was just flying around in the rain. There he is! There's a chicken jockey. Alright, let's get on the ground. Don't panic. I think I have to whack him off of the chicken. While the skeletons are shooting at me. Okay, we're going to get rid of the skeletons. Nobody panic. Am I panicked? Of course I am. Okay. Alright, so we get this shellax, and we whack them. Come on. I can't reach him on the top of the chicken with this other zombie there. Okay. Oh, gosh, alright. Oh no, there's a creeper. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take my chances. Oh, should I shoot him? I should shoot him. No, that'll actually... Oh my god, what the hell is going on here? No, don't blow up. Why are you in the way? Please, okay. Oh, goodness. All right, so we're going to try one more time with the axe, and then... Come on, take it. Hit him with the axe. Keep hitting him. Yes! Oh, what did he give me? What? Wait, what? He gave me the disc! I got it! Lava chicken! We got the disc. Okay. Oh, chicken, you get to live. You get to survive because you got me exactly what I'm needed for. And here comes more monsters. So let's get right out of here. Oh, let's land on a tree where we should be relatively safe. Eat a little food. Ah, we got it. The Hyper Potions Lava Chicken Song. Oh my gosh, we found it. We got it. In the rain, well, in the half rain out here. Amongst all the monsters, I'm so happy because I have been at this for hours, waiting for each day and night. We found one. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this back to the dark, not the Dark Castle. I'm still, whew, catch your breath. We're going to take it back to our home base, wait for day, and we'll hang it on the wall. We'll probably listen to it real quick for a second, and then we'll hang it on the wall, and then... see that we might be able to wrap up this episode with one last little building task. Alright, so as we are approaching getting back here at the Dark Castle, I think we're actually going to not be able to finish any building today because what we're going to have to queue up for next episode is over here. What I really want to do is to put floors. So I want to start putting floors going up so that each floor has something different on it through this tower. And as the top of the first floor, I like the red theme that we have going on the sides. So I want to be able to use netherwort. And we only really have these three that I had in here with the brewing stand with our cleric. So I'm going to have to make a whole netherwort farm so that we can grow a bunch of this and then create the red netherstone bricks to build with. So that means we only really have one last task today. We're going to head back to the starter area and place these discs where they belong in the little music shop. Yes, I said shop, and we all know I meant room. Alright, so as we head around to the old music room over here, we're going to put up, we have some of these special discs in here that we've collected so far. We just need a couple more item frames, and then we have these two new discs, and the first one being Tears from Amos Roddy, and let's listen to it real quick. It's kind of like, it's very spooky, ghosty, because it's supposed to go along with the happy guests, of course. Pretty darn cool, and we'll go ahead and throw that right up on the wall right there. And of course, we have the most controversial of all record discs. That is Hyper Potion's Lava Chicken song here on this disc. Of course, we're only going to be able to play it for a few seconds for legal reasons, if you know what I mean. But of course, you'll recognize the tune almost instantly. We'll play it on for a few seconds and then move on and throw it on the wall. So here we go. Woo! Alright, so there it is, and of course we're just going to go ahead and throw it on the wall for our add to our collection, and that means I think we are done everything we set out to do as far as this update goes. Well, at least at this point we have caught up with all of the new version content and all the new little items and fun things that have been added, but of course it's kind of apt that I'm standing here on a copper platform because in the fall it's already been released. A snapshot release has already out there being tested for major updates, including all things copper. There's going to be new copper armors and tools, nuggets, horse armor, copper chests, and of course, brand new companions, the copper golem. Wow, okay, well that's going to be really exciting when it comes, but I got plenty of work to do in the meantime. Over there at the Dark Castle, like we said, we're definitely going to get a netherwort farm going and see how much building we can get before all this copper stuff happens. That's going to be coming up soon in the fall, and in the meantime, I want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.